What's up, everybody? We're going to be checking out all of my handguns that I have ever since I started my journey with concealed carry. So the first handgun that I ever bought / own is this right here, the Taurus G3C. Now the reason why I got this at the time was because I was new to the scene, had no idea about anything about guns, and I just saw that this one at my local Rural King store was fairly inexpensive. It was affordable, and I got this along with maybe 50 or 100 rounds for less than $300. And at the time, I was looking for a handgun that kind of was like a Glock but with a manual safety, and the Taurus G3C at the time had everything that I was looking for. So the sights they worked well for what I was looking for, so just blacked out rear sights and then just a front simple white sight. It was very good. And this is the handgun that I use to qualify for my CCW in the state that I live in. So it was really nice. It's awesome. And again, the manual safety was pretty good. I pulled the trigger. And one cool feature about this gun was that it had this, when you were dry firing, you could just keep pulling the trigger instead of having to pull and then rack the slide and do it again. So that's one thing that I really liked about this gun. After a couple months of carrying the G3C when I got my CCW, I eventually wanted to upgrade to the next level, and this is the next handgun that I moved on to, is the M&P Shield Plus from Smith & Wesson. And this one was an awesome gun. This one was much more thin than the G3C, especially at the time. I just thought this was incredible. It was so awesome, so thin, so small, and at the time it was just amazingly thin. I was so shocked the first time I tried this, carrying this. I was just amazed. And this, now the manual safety for this gun was not as good as the Taurus in my opinion because it was so thin. I remember having to just do this with my thumb when in the first hour I got this gun. I remember just sitting there with my thumb trying to sweep it down, and I did this for days when I had the chance, and I remember my thumb just being so numb because I was just doing this all the time. But eventually, I took a nail file and tried to make it a little bit, bigger so that my thumb could swipe it down easier. And I think at this point I got it. I've mastered the manual safety for the Shield Plus, but I would still say that if you were going to pick one of these up, I would recommend not getting it with the manual safety, just because it's better just to have one without it. It takes a lot of work to break this in. So, and this gun was actually the first gun I learned to carry one in the chamber when I was concealed carrying. It wasn't the G3C, but it was this one. So after the Shield Plus, I was able to acquire a Smith & Wesson CSX. This is not the E-Series because this was before the E-Series was created. So this is just the original classic CSX single action kind of 1911 style pistol. This one's awesome. It's a metal one, so the other ones were kind of plastic, polymer, but this one is full metal. It's nice, feels great in the hands, and yeah, very small, smaller than the Shield Plus. And yeah, I love this single action. The trigger was great. A lot of people had problems with the CSX trigger, saying that it had a false reset, but personally for me, I never really felt it. It was a great joy shooting it, and I love doing this with my CSX. This is what I like to do. Just a fun little thing to do. But yeah, when I did carry it, I would carry it just like this, cocked and locked, as always. And what's really cool about this and the Shield Plus is that you could have your manual safety still activated and still operate the slide, which is super cool. Then, now this next one, if you're an American and you don't have this gun, what is wrong with you? I'm just kidding. But this is my next acquisition I had into my arsenal, is the TSOS 1911A1 US Army. Basically, it's a US Army replica of the real World War II 1911s. And yeah, obviously I didn't carry this, but I got it because it was on a really good deal at Palmetto State Armory. And I think I got this for $230 or $250. So yeah, this was kind of just a fun little purchase. It's a great gun, feels great in the hand. The only thing is the sights is kind of difficult to see. So yeah, I haven't done any modifications to this. This is just as it came. Obviously in 45. Not a lot of capacity, but it shoots great. And I love the safety on 1911s. Gosh, it's incredible. And it has this. So yeah, awesome, great gun. And yeah, never carried it, but have shot it. And it's just all around fun gun. Next gun is actually a bag. I use this bag to defend myself, and yeah, I just use this bag. I throw it at people. No, I'm just kidding. Inside is actually where the next handgun is stored. As you can see, it's in this 945 nifty little fanny pouch pack, and basically it has these dedicated tabs you can just rip open, and in here is my Glock 26 with these Magpul 12 round mags in here, because I live in a state that is not restrictive to 10 rounds, so I opted for the 12, and love the Glock 26. Obviously it's loaded, still in its holster, but yeah, it's just a Glock 26 Gen 3, didn't change the sights or anything. Literally the only thing changed is just the magazine. And it is awesome. It's pretty much like a short Glock 19. And yeah, that is where Glock 26 lives now. After a little while with the Glock 26, I figured, hey, you know what? I might as well go for a Glock 19 as well. And here it is. This is just the Glock 19 Gen 5 in my Tenacor Khartoum 3 holster. And yes, this is loaded just like the Glock 26. It is now my home defense gun. But yes, you could tell by the scratch marks on the Tenacor holster how much I carried this one. This one was my favorite carry. I mean, all the other ones were great, but for some reason, I don't know why, I just like the Glock 19. And so I carried it, I mean, everywhere. It's just awesome. Despite it being thicker than the Shield and the CSX and all that, I don't know why, but this one just felt like it concealed better on me than any of the other ones. It's probably the holster. The very next handgun that I purchased is this Smith & Wesson. So after I was buying Glocks 2 times in a row, I finally decided, you know what, it's time for a revolver. So I got this Smith & Wesson 43C. This fires 8 rounds of 22 long rifle. So this is just an awesome gun. Now the reason why I bought this was because at the time we had to do construction, and wearing all the other ones was not as comfortable. And I tried wearing my 945 while doing construction. It just, yeah, and doing the construction with the 945 pack was just not a good idea. So I decided, you know what? I need to get a pocket gun, and this was it right here. 43C, 22, super small. This is in a DeSantis pocket holster. I got it off of Amazon. Super simple. Slide it in, boom, put it in your pocket, you're good to go. And it's so small. I mean, on camera it doesn't really do it justice, but it's so small. It's almost as small as my hand. I mean, I guess I have small hands, but yeah. Eventually I had to go into the SIG hype train. This is obviously the SIG P365. This is also loaded, but this is just the regular P365, not the XL or the X, and very small in 9mm, and it's just super comfortable to carry around. You can see I had Velcro on this holster because I was putting the Mastermind on it. Basically, I did a road trip to Missouri with this gun on me, and it was just phenomenal. I liked it, but some issues I had with it at the range was that the mags just kept, I don't know what happened, it just kept getting jammed or something, and I made sure, you know, I tried to look for an issue, I couldn't really find it, but each time you would shoot it, you just have to hit the back of it, put it back in the battery. So after that I kind of said, you know what, probably shouldn't carry this. And finally, at last, this is my current carry handgun, the Ruger RXM. Pretty much it was kind of the same as a Glock 19, but with a better grip angle. So this one has that classic kind of 1911 grip angle. So it kind of is more natural instead of that Glock angle. And another thing that I really appreciate, that so it's kind of like my first gun in the Glock 19. So the Taurus G3C, as you can recall earlier, I said had these blacked out rear sights. The RXM pretty much has that too. And it has a tritium front sight. So in the dark you can see it better. Yeah, super cool that Ruger provided a tritium sight when Glock doesn't do that. And the mag release is super comfortable. The trigger is super crisp. Super crisp. Make sure it's clear. Oh yeah. Just amazing. And this gun shoots just as awesome as a Glock 19. Has better ergonomics than a Glock 19. You see you have this little cool ledge right here. You can put your thumb on. You really get your grip in there. But yes, this is my main carry gun now. It has replaced the Glock 19. The Ruger RXM is just freaking amazing. It's perfect. I mean, I literally don't have to change anything. So yeah, this has replaced all of my other carry guns. Now obviously, things like the 945 and the revolver, I'll probably still carry those when they're applicable, but overall, this is the one I'm going to be rocking most of the time. So yeah, guys, that is all of the guns that I have used in my concealed carry journey. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you next time.